Very frosty start to the morning. I thought I'd take you along with me to open up. A few people have asked about it, so we're going straight over to the Brahmas, which we have right next to the house. Now this door is super stiff. Good morning, everybody. So we've still got 2 perching. So remember, this is only their second day in there. Now he was up on the perch because we put him on there when we came in, and he steady, and he didn't want to get down, so I had to lift him down. These 2 girls have obviously got up themselves, so I'm hoping they can get down themselves. Now remember, they're quite big. Stretch. They're quite big, heavy birds. So we may need to lower this for them. The quail, every morning the quail go crackers. So this is them currently having their morning wake up fly, which is why you need to put a high roof on for them. Let's have a quick peek. Because they get so excited, but they fly so high so quickly that if you've got a roof that's sort of in between, not low enough and not high enough, they knock themselves out. Okay, so these guys are okay. Plenty of water. Food's filled to the brim. Everybody's up. No eggs though, guys. Come on. You guys are fine up the top. And so are you guys down here. Okay, over to the barn. Difficult to walk on this actually, because everything's frozen. So I finally got in a barn, but the door's frozen closed, so that was interesting. Okay, so we've got the horses, the ducks, the sheep and the goats. All need feeding, so let's get on with that. I've managed to free the barn door at least, so if there's an emergency, we can get the horses out. That's not something that we want to not be able to open this in and out. We do keep it closed because of the ducks with the avian flu at the moment, which isn't nice for anybody, but we do need to be able to open it, so that's sorted. Not sure if you can hear over the ducks, but we have lots of surprises this morning. We've been getting no eggs, and it's like something happened overnight. This is so exciting. I'm going to go in and collect them. We knew last night it was going to be really cold overnight and there was a chance of everything freezing over. So I've gone to get the water to top up this morning, and the pipes are completely frozen, so I can't do that. But thankfully, because we knew about this in advance, we filled everything up to the brim, and we put a couple of extra buckets of water out, so that'll do us until lunchtime. The pipe's actually in the greenhouse, so it is protected a little bit, but what I've done is just put the heater on in the greenhouse just to help that thaw out, because I'm not sure what kind of weather we're going to get today. It says sunny, but sunny doesn't mean warm, so we'll see. So I'm going to get the horses cleaned out, make sure everybody else is okay, because it's, as I keep saying, it's avian flu here, so all the birds are on lockdown. So I'm going to go check those first and then get the horses cleaned out. And I think that's everything for the moment. So this is one set of birds. Good morning, ladies. I'm so sorry you're stuck in here. Supposedly it's for the best. So I'm going to break their little tin of water there. We'll get that cleaned up once we get fresh water, but they're okay for now. I'll also check that their food's not frozen over so they can get to it. So there you go, the reality of lockdown, bird flu. There is one more animal to feed, well 2, one breed. So I'm just going through our little gate. Oh, excuse the footage. And see how these guys survived these wintry conditions last night. She's coming. Can you see? Hello, Nettle. Hello, Chive. Oh, good morning. Right, how am I going to get in here? I'm going to throw this over for you. Hi Chive. So Chive is this year's lamb. She was a bit of an experiment, for want of a better phrase. We had her late. I won't be doing that again. Let's have a look how your little house is. It's okay, Chive. So it looks as though they've used it. Grace and I filled this up last night. It's the old duck house. The ducks aren't using it at the minute for obvious reasons. Made sure they had a nice comfy bed. So I'm just going to leave that hay there for them. So peaceful. Hello, darling. Oh, Chive's having a tinkle. So peaceful. Everything's done. I've got my amazing collection of duck eggs. I can't believe we've laid that many this morning. That's just crazy. Like yesterday we got 1 or 2 maybe. And then all of a sudden, whoosh. It's fantastic. So I'm going to go inside, figure out something to do with him, and I'm going to give you an update on how our first week in our grocery challenge has gone. So back inside now, and I've got a few jobs done. If you can hear some strange noises in the background, I've actually been trial running my pressure canner. So I recently got that for my 40th birthday off my husband Stephen, and gave it a run. Actually did a video on it. I'm always a comedian. I actually did a video on it, which I'll try and pop a card up wherever it goes. I'm not yet used to that. I did a trial run with just water in it, and just to get used to how it works and things. And today I'm trying to can some chicken stock, which I'll probably use really quickly. It's more just about the process and just getting used to it before I start putting our homegrown items and things out of the garden, which is essentially what we've got it for. So yeah, if you can hear some strange noises, that's what that is. I have a feeling it didn't go right, because I did hear a really strange noise because the pressure built up a little bit too much. But anyway, I'll tell you all that in another video. So for those of you that are wondering what on earth I'm going to be talking about, recently I shared a video explaining that this year, 2021, we are doing a grocery challenge here on the Smallholding, and we're at the end of week 1, so I thought I'd give you an update. It's a pretty boring update, to be honest, because we've just gone about our business as normal. It's worth reminding you guys that we've got 3 freezers in the garage, 1 freezer in the kitchen, and they're all full to the brim with food, meat, things that we've raised ourselves, items that we've bought in. We've also got a very well stocked pantry. So this is something that we've done for a long time, is keep our pantry shelves well stocked. Pre-pandemic, all of that. So it's not a reflection of the pandemic. That did put some emphasis behind it though. But one thing we weren't stocked up on was toilet rolls, funnily enough. But anyway, so we've got a very well stocked pantry, we've got very well stocked freezers, and come spring and summer, some strange noises, come spring and summer, we should have a very well stocked garden as well. So we've actually got a separate challenge going on, which I'm going to do another video on, explaining that we're trying to grow a year's worth of items to get on the shelves this year, as well as have enough to get us through eating through the year as well. So it's not a year's worth to start eating straight away, it's a year's worth to actually preserve, plus enough to keep us going through this year too. So yes, come to the spring, summer, we've got a little bit at the moment that we're harvesting from the garden, but not very much. So once we get into that season, we should have even more available to us. Essentially, what that all leads to though is that we've got a grocery budget this year of £950, which may seem like a lot of money for a family of 4 to some. It may seem like not very much money at all. So that is just for groceries for ourselves. That's not for animal feed or anything else like that. That's just for groceries for ourselves. Now, as I say, in those freezers, we've got bottles and bottles of milk, butter, things like that, if you don't know that you can freeze that, you can freeze milk very successfully, butter, cheese as well. So all those kind of things I've got in the freezer. So whenever we're running out, I just go and get another bottle of milk out, pop it in the fridge, and it slowly starts to defrost. I'll leave it out on the counter for a couple of hours and then pop it in the fridge out, depending how quickly you need it. You wouldn't know that it had been frozen if I didn't tell you, well, apart from the puddle that comes around it. So do put it on a tea towel if you decide to do that. So yeah, it's about planning ahead for us. So this first week, I'll quickly take you through the meals that we've had. Haven't really noticed a difference at all. We're not going to the supermarket in January at all, so we should have everything that we need in stock. You know, so once we start running out of all of the fresh fruit and vegetables, which we've actually still got quite a lot of, they're in the garage, and the garage is so cold that they're keeping really well. We've got tinned fruit, we've got frozen fruit and vegetables, etc. So I think we're in a really good position. We've spent nothing yet. We've still got our £950 budget. I'll continue in the manner that I've been working at the moment, and everything seems to be ticking over. The other thing is the kids would normally be back to school, but because of what's happening in England, we're on full lockdown again, essentially. So the kids are at home with me whilst I'm working. I would normally take things in like the yogurts, the tubes we normally get. If you don't know, they also freeze really well. So I've got quite a few packs of those in the freezer. Take them out in the morning, pop them in the school lunchbox. They keep the lunch cool, and come lunchtime, they're defrosted. Actually, they sometimes eat them frozen as kind of a yogurt lolly. They're really nice too, apparently. So yeah, a few little tips and tricks there that we use and have done for years very successfully. So if you've got any tips and tricks that would help us on our grocery challenge, or pantry challenge as some people might be calling it, please let us know. I'm quickly going to take you through the meals of the week now, just if you're interested. And I might start including 1 or 2 recipes as well. But for now, thanks for doing the morning chores with me and getting the update on the grocery challenge. And I'll see you next time. We started off on New Year's Day with a roast pork and veggies that came in at 71p, followed by a fish pie on the 2nd. This was gorgeous, really nice. And then we moved on to some Chinese egg fried rice on the Sunday. And then we made some drop scones, which I've got the recipe for if anybody would like, and served those up with a creamy sausage casserole. Absolutely delicious. The next night we had a corned beef stew, which is never going to look photogenic, but it is absolute comfort food. So nice. And then I found a slow cooker paprika chicken recipe off Victoria Fulger. That's highly recommended. And then finally we did some shredded duck breast with some salad and some hot wraps in a hoisin sauce. Delicious. Final edit, the pressure canning works, so I've officially done my first pressure canning. Yay!